fight fans, well, I want to talk to you guys about a little something going on right now, definitely in the bantamweight division. So TJ Dillashaw just had a fight this past Saturday against Aljamain Sterling, and he lost, and he dislocated his shoulder. Well, after going through multiple resources, after going through multiple hearing multiple interviews and such like that, we learned that TJ's shoulder had popped out at least 20 times prior to this fight, and that TJ Dillashaw was going into this fight hurt. And he actually even told the referee that, hey, his shoulder has been popping out through training camp and such like that, and do not stop this fight. He's going to put it back in. And then if you guys saw the fight, he was trying to stop this takedowns. He was going for whatever it was, multiple different submissions, getting out of different submissions, getting out of the ground, and he's popped his shoulder multiple times. You saw the first round, he popped the shoulder right, trying to stop a takedown. Then the second round, I can't remember exactly when. Maybe it was another takedown attempt, and he stopped it, but his shoulder popped out again. So it just shows that he was pretty much hurt, really, really bad going into this fight. So what I want to ask you guys is this: did TJ Dillashaw take away an opportunity for another bantamweight? So we got to look at almost the pros and cons here. We got to look at the goods and bads, and we got to look at multiple different ways, because I've heard multiple different ways of seeing this. Like, one, I've heard someone say, like, we got to look at TJ Dillashaw and almost feel bad for him in a sense, not necessarily almost feel bad, but the fact that he has taken 2 years off. We remember he got suspended for USADA for a drug test. He tested positive for steroids, and he admitted it, so it's no secret. No, Colombo had almost got, I just broke a case. We already know he took steroids and he was suspended for it. Then he also had an injury with his knee, and then he had to do surgery on that. And in between that surgery of his knee and being suspended for USADA, he had shoulder surgery. So he had a lot of injuries that he had to take care of. He injured his knee, I guess, prior to the Sandhagen fight back in July 2021, and he injured it again in that fight. I believe it was in the first round. So TJ has been going through a lot of physical trauma these past couple of years. And so with that being said, he's been not able to make as much money as he probably would have liked to make. And with that being said, he's probably also needed a good payday, I guess you could say. That goes and falls of not being able to make as much money as well. But nonetheless, these are all the things that he's been able to fall. He's fallen short, all stemming from the fact that he went from USADA. First he got suspended for USADA, got knocked out. I had to vacate his belt, his bantamweight championship, and then he went through surgery after surgery after surgery, took a fight, got hurt again, surgery. Here he is taking another fight with Aljamain, got hurt. More likely he's going to need another surgery. More likely he's going to be out for another year. So yeah, I hear some of the media talking, saying like how, you got to look at it his point of view. He had to feed his family. He's been gone for so long. And that he hasn't been able to get paid as much money. I'm sure he has all his other businesses and such like that has made money for him. So, but nonetheless, as a fighter, he hasn't not been able to get paid because he hasn't been able to really fight as much. That's one way to look at it. My way of looking at it is, we as fans pay for something. We pay for a fight. I get the story that you have going into the fight. And is it heartbreaking? Is it something that's like, oh man, you got through some rough times and here you are now in the fighting? Or maybe you were going through good times and now here you are fighting. But nonetheless, we don't pay for that story. We pay for a fight. We don't care, and not necessarily in a disrespectful way, but we don't necessarily look for that. It's cool. It's like an extra bonus. But at the same time, we want to see a fight. We want to see a healthy TJ Dillashaw versus a healthy Aljamain Sterling. And that is something that we were promised. And that is something that we were almost guaranteed. And that is something that we spend our hardworking money to go and purchase, take our time away from our families, take our time away from whatever we're doing to get entertained and get psyched and get hyped and get pumped to watch this fight. And it turns out that he went in there hurt. So he was never going to be able to fulfill his full potential fighting Aljamain. So he went in there for a payday, if you want to look at it. Yeah, he may have not been able to provide for his family as much. But unfortunately, he did not think about that when he was using steroids, right? That's one way to look at it. Like, you knew what could happen to you. It's no hidden secret that if you do steroids, you're going to get suspended. And he got suspended. He did steroids. So you not being able to provide that kind of way in fighting, I'm sure there's different ways he would be able to provide. But in fighting, that's not on us. That's on you. You know, we don't go to steakhouses and we are guaranteed this great steak, this amazing steak, this steak that's going to like literally drop your jaw, take your breath away, everything. But then when we get there, the steak is somewhat decent, and it turns out the cook is going through different things. The cook is not at his best. Are we going to say, oh, no worries, it's okay. You know, I get it. I understand. We are going to be disappointed. We are going to be upset. We are going to be sad. Like, yo, you promised me this. You told me it was this. You said that it is worth this much money to do. That is why I came. That is why I spent that money, because you promised me this. And that is some way to look at it. You promised me, as a fan, a great fight. You like, if there's one thing, he went in there, tried his hardest, got knocked out. Hey, you know, he tried his best. But if we knew automatically you were hurt, then why not sit out? I get it. You don't got much longer. I get it. It's you know, age is catching up with you. Injuries are catching up with you. It's unfortunate, but still, there's other fighters out there that could have said, you know what? Step aside. Let that shoulder heal perfectly good. Do whatever you got to do with it. But let some other guy, like a Cheeto, like a Sandhagen, go in and, you know, take this fight. Or possibly postpone this fight till next month in December. You know, so something to that nature. Instead of going in there, trying your best with one arm and letting the fans down. Because it's like you weren't thinking of the fans. You were thinking of the payday. When you went in there, he's like, hey, I got to get paid. So this is what I like. And of course, everyone's saying, well, what would you do? Well, yeah, of course, everyone's going to say, yeah, oh, I have to take that fight. I have to take that payday because I ain't got that much more time. But at the end of the day, you lost. You know, you lost and you injured yourself that much more, which means you're going to be out longer. Personally, you should have even thought about it like, hey, if I take this fight and I injure myself more, I'm probably going to be out much longer than I want to be. Or if I let this fight postpone, if I get the shoulder taken care of, or if it needs really surgery, I should not be fighting it at all. Because what if he actually wants to fight even after winning that championship? What if he actually did win that championship? Guess what happens? What, the championship is going to have to stay up for a whole year until he's fully better? Like, did anybody even think about that? Like, what if he did win? Because we know what Francis Ngannou happened. Francis Ngannou, he got that crazy victory. We were all happy. I was very excited. I was very happy. But look what happened. When's the last time the heavyweight title got defended? A whole year. Literally, not even an interim. Not even an interim heavyweight championship fight had even taken place. And that is exactly what would have happened if TJ would have won that fight as well. If he would have won and he would have got that bantamweight championship, we would have an interim. He would be in the exact same position it is. It would be tough. We would be bragging, be like, oh my God, he is actually very, very good. But at the end of the day, the division won't be able to move on. It will be interim championship. And then who knows when TJ will be even able to come back. So I do feel a little cheated regarding this, because I did spend my money to see this fight. I was very hyped for this fight, and I got not what I was looking for in this fight. But I definitely would like to know what you guys think. I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd like to know what you guys are feeling regarding this fight, regarding TJ. Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.